Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Business Talk Radio. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. Talking Heads is a platform for experts from around the world to come and present their expertise and their knowledge in their own 30-minute show. Today, our Talking Head expert is Keegan Daly. Jean is a registered nurse. She is an author. She is a Reiki master. She is a certified dream builder. I could go on and on and on, but why should I? Let's hear it from her. Welcome, Jean.
Hi, Dr. Jacqueline. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this show today, which I'm very happy to present.
I am thrilled for you to present. I will be backstage watching and producing, and I'll be back afterwards. Have a great lesson, Jean.
Thank you. Thank you. So I welcome everyone back who can see me and everyone who can listen to me. And this is the 8th in, I believe it's the 8th. Yes. The 8th in a series of 12 shows that I'm doing, all entitled different titles, except that they all belong to practical pathways to being your very best self. So today I want to talk about breathing. This was really interesting. A long time ago, when I was a new nurse, I was sent into a part of the hospital that had to do with housing patients who had problems with their lungs. Either just lungs or heart and lungs, which really go together because the heart and the lungs interact in a very, very prominent, important way. And I was told to help the patients to learn how to breathe from their abdomen. Well, I really didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what they were talking about. So I had to figure it out, I had to learn about it. And ever since I've learned about that and have helped many, many thousands of people over all the course of my 58 years as a nurse, most of which was being a holistic nurse, I realized the importance more than ever of proper breathing. And people say to me, what do you mean proper breathing? You know, you just automatically breathe. Well, yes, you do. We have this spiritual part of us that's connected with the universe, that's connected with creativity, our creator, that breathes us. That's true. However, as human beings, we often breathe improperly, which means that we breathe just enough to get by, just enough to think that we're healthy. And yet we can be healthy in the way that we feel we're not sick, yet we're not really particularly well. So, as I said to you last week, and probably beyond that, wellness, health, true health is wellness. And that means that your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your social environment, your environment in nature, everything about you, your relationships, all are flowing rhythmically and harmoniously with each other and all together. And so deep breathing, conscious breathing, as this particular show is called, is very important because we want to get the fullest out of life that we really can and be the fullest of health that we possibly can be. So health is not just absence of disease. Health is wellness. True health is wellness, where every part of us is flowing together and within the environment in which we live, and with our spiritual self, which is our core, our connection with our creator, whatever you call that creative process to be, as I've said many times before. So, breathing, right, that is the breath of life, is the most important factor in our physical being here, but it's also very important in our spiritual being, our emotional being, our mental being, our environmental being, our relationship being. Why? Because breath done properly helps us to really feel connected with all the parts of us. Most people breathe, especially in this time of chaos in the world and so much stress, distress, as I talked about last week in the world. Most people breathe from just their chest. And most people go around with their shoulders a little bit hunched up, elevated up near their ears sometimes, that they really don't even realize. I find myself sometimes walking across the room and I'm eager to be done with something. It involves a lot of parts and done with projects. So I find myself not breathing very deeply and my shoulders are up. Not so much visibly, but when I take a deep breath, that I'm going to teach you how to do today, definitely there is a difference in how I look, how I feel, how my posture is, how I carry myself. And so when we are anxious, when we are not feeling our best, when we are not in harmony and rhythm with all parts of us, we tend to breathe only from our chest. It's shallow breathing. Yes, it's getting us by. We're breathing, but we're not really taking control of our breath. We're not really having the fullness of the impact of breath. So, if you would, if you are able to, if you're listening to me and not seeing me, I will explain this as best I can. If you would just take a moment, and if you can't do it now, all of these lessons that I'm teaching you are on YouTube all the time, forever. So you want to just go to our Talking Heads YouTube channel, Dr. Jacqueline, and look up Jean Keegan Daly, and I have this is the eighth of 12 presentations that I'm giving about holistic health. So you can then see in your leisure time um, what I'm doing. So if you put one hand on your chest and one hand on your abdomen, some people call it the belly. It's not the stomach. The stomach is an organ, and the organ of your stomach is on your left side. Your belly is your abdomen, which is in a lot of people a little pouchy, including mine, a little more pouchy than I would like it to be. So, anyway, that is important when you're starting to learn how you breathe. And all the classes that I've taught about breathing, most people, when they do this exercise, they learn consciously how they have been breathing. So you just take a breath. Don't try to do anything different. Just put your hands, one hand on your heart, doesn't matter which hand, over your chest, one hand on your belly. And you just breathe. Close your eyes if you can. You might be working, you might be driving and listening, so don't close your eyes then. And just allow yourself to just breathe as you normally would breathe without thinking about it. But notice which hand is moving more. Which is moving more than the other? Is it the hand on your chest or is it the hand on your abdomen or belly? If the hand on your chest is moving more, you are breathing from your chest, which if you're not doing right now, you certainly have done in some parts of your life, and maybe in many parts of your life, in certain circumstances when you're tense. So when you're chest breathing, and when I work with children as a school nurse and I tell them to take a deep breath, they actually do that chest breathing. They breathe in, they pull their shoulders up, and they breathe out. And it's short and it's quick, like this. What happens is, yes, you're breathing, yet the breath is only going as far down as your lungs are capable of expanding when you do that short, rapid chest breathing. You're not getting the full breath. So if your abdomen or your belly is moving more so than your chest, than your hand on your chest, then you're breathing more deeply. And this is the way to understand that. Your diaphragm, which is a muscle that separates your chest from your abdomen. Okay, it's right under your rib cage, or actually near the bottom of your rib cage, if you feel that. Okay, some people it's above your waistline, underneath, but actually behind the lower part of your ribs, your diaphragm. So your diaphragm is separating your upper chest from your abdomen. And in your chest are your lungs, of course. So when you are chest breathing, your abdomen is not really, or your diaphragm rather, is not really moving. And you only are getting the breath down to as far as your lungs, which are not very expanded, can go. Now, if you imagine that your diaphragm is moving downward when you are taking a breath in, you can imagine then that your lungs are expanding downward. They have more room to fill up with the air, with the breath that you're breathing. And in order to do that, to make that diaphragm extend downward, you need to push out your belly as you're taking a breath in. When I first learned this, I was like, oh my God, I was young. Like, what are they talking about? Stick out my belly. I don't want to do that. I want to suck it in. But know that this is a way of breathing that actually is the most healthy for you, and it's not going to make your belly stick out all the time, unless of course you don't pay attention to your diet, you're not exercising at all, you're just kind of letting it all hang out. And that's for another time. But just imagine that in order to breathe deeply and fill up your lungs to their fullest capacity, you're giving them more room. And in giving them more room, your diaphragm is moving down. And the reason it can move down is because your belly is expanding. Okay? So if you again put one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly, and you breathe in through your nose only. Through your nose only. You breathe in long and slow. Just if you are able to close your eyes right now, or later on when you watch this on YouTube, keep your shoulders relaxed and down. Take a long deep breath in through your nose, slowly, as your belly expands out. Your shoulders are not moving up. And then you blow out the breath through your lips pursed together, as though you're blowing into a balloon or you're blowing out a candle. So I'm going to just show you the breath that I can take when I do this. Before I show you, I'm going to just say to you, if you are really stressed and you cannot do this right away, then I recommend, and this is very helpful, that you take the opposite kind of breath just to release some of that anxiety that you might be feeling. So you go, make a sound. Take a deep breath, and then your shoulders will come up like, until you do that maybe 2, 3, 4 times if needed. And that helps to prepare your lungs to then know that they're going to have room to expand because you're really breathing out some of that excess distress that you have. So, okay, I'm feeling more relaxed now. And then what you can do, I'm going to just be still for a minute and breathe and listen to my breath. And if you can see me, watch me. And I feel like I could just melt right now. I've learned how to do this breathing most all of the time. And if I catch myself not breathing from my abdomen, I quickly return to that kind of breathing. I'll tell you in a moment what it all can do. But for right now, I want you to imagine that you are imagining a glass of milk. And just because milk is easy to see, imagining a glass of milk and you're pouring more milk into that glass. It's only half full and you're going to pour more. That is a symbol of filling up your lungs with your breath. And as you do, imagine that that glass is expanding because you're filling it up even more. Then, when you're drinking the milk is, of course, going down in volume because you're drinking it. Maybe an easier way would be for you to imagine that you are filling up a balloon. And the balloon is actually your belly. So instead of blowing air into a real physical balloon, you're going to imagine that you are sucking air into your belly balloon. And you do it slowly and consciously. So it's not automatic breathing, it is conscious breathing. This breathing is called either abdominal breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, because the diaphragm is involved in going down further. It's relaxing and pushing down to give your lungs more space. And also, it is not filling up your belly with so much air that you're not going to be able to take care of it. The idea is that you're having air go down to the very bottom of your lungs and giving that lung space to yourself. Then when you blow out the air through your lips, so you don't want to go, ha, you want to blow it out as though you're blowing out a candle. That's my favorite image. Just gently, slowly, consistently blowing out the candle. Your abdomen then is relaxing. So it's probably the opposite of what you might have been taught, especially when you were a teenager and particularly if you were a girl. I know I was. It's like, okay, stand up straight and suck in your belly. And what that does is constrict your lungs. So it's possible to still have taut, strong muscles in your abdomen and breathe consciously the way I'm showing you. That is possible once you get the hang of this and you practice it regularly. So again, it's breathing in, and if you put your hand on your chest and your other hand on your belly, if you can, just try it. It helps to close your eyes if you're able to. And if you don't want to close your eyes, that's okay. Just kind of focus on one thing. Like I'm looking, if I don't want to close my eyes, I'm looking out my back window because I'm in my sunroom, which is we converted into a studio, and looking at the beautiful forsythia bushes out back. So I can focus on that because that's peaceful. Okay? And you just take a long, slow breath in while you are deliberately, consciously allowing your body to your abdomen to expand, allowing it rather than forcing it. You are allowing your belly to expand. Okay, so again, it'll be like this. And it's wonderful when your exhale is longer than your inhale, because your exhale is releasing the carbon dioxide and any toxins that might be in your lungs and your breath. You're releasing all of that, and the carbon dioxide that is in your blood. You're releasing that through your breath much, much more effectively than if you are chest breathing, like, see how short that is. It really, it's not very effective. It'll get you by, but it's not going to help as much as abdominal breathing, belly breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, all the same thing. Now, reducing your blood pressure is something that will definitely be an effect of deep breathing, conscious abdominal breathing. Lowers blood pressure. It also brings more oxygen to all the cells in your body. It brings more nutrition to the cells in your body. All of your cells need oxygen. They all need nutrition. They all need to really communicate with each other at their highest level. And they can do that with oxygen, with nutrition, with getting more blood going through the cells. That's what that deep breathing will effectuate in your body. Not only does it help the cells in your body, not only does it help your lungs, which in turn helps your heart, because your heart and your lungs are connected. Your lungs help your blood to exchange. So you're breathing in, and your blood is coming into your heart through your venous system, your veins, going through your heart into your lungs. And I won't make this complicated, just make it very simplistic. And the blood is oxygenated in your lungs, and then it comes out through the arterial system, your arteries, and goes into all of the cells in your body. And with fresh oxygen, with fresh nutrition, with fresh ability to help your cells really, really do what they need to do. Communicate with each other to function as they're meant to function. Mentally, it relaxes your mind. Emotionally, it relaxes your emotions. It settles your body. It settles your mind. This breathing settles your emotions. Now, there are many, many things I'm going to be teaching you over the next several weeks about other relaxation techniques, some of which you might already know, and some of which probably going to be brand new to you, because I have a number of certifications and a lot of different holistic therapies that are not really mainstream very much. So these are all to help you. And before I end our session today, I just want to let you know that you are very worthy and very valuable and very important in this fabric of life, in our world. Whatever you are willing to do to keep yourself well, to keep yourself truly healthy, even if you have a disease that you're dealing with right now, if you have an injury you're dealing with, if you are post surgical, if you are depressed, this type of conscious breathing will help you. It sends a signal to all the cells in your body, all the cells in your brain, all the cells in your heart. And because we are body, mind, spirit, emotion collectively, all together, it helps all parts of you. So allow yourself, okay, and when you realize that you're tense or your shoulders are up or you're having a headache or your neck is tight or there's a lot of things I'll be teaching you about movement and so on and little techniques. The very first one, though, is most important because anybody can do this. Everyone can do this at some point. Conscious, deep breathing to help all of you. And when I come again next week at 4:30 here on this channel with Dr. Jacqueline, I will hopefully have some images for you to show you about what the diaphragm does. So thank you all very much for being here, and I wish you a wonderful week. I wish you happy breathing, conscious breathing, and I wish you pleasure in your days, health in your days, wellness in your days, happiness, and most of all, love. Start by loving yourself.
Excellent, Jean. I was trying not to fall asleep because you got me so relaxed. I love it. I love it.
Good.
I want to
Good.
share some contact information, your email address, and more information about you and your book. And the best way for people to contact you is your email address. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes. And please do put, if you contact me on my
Okay.
email, please put
Fantastic.
in the subject line.
jlifespirit@comcast.net.
Please put in the subject line of Dr. Jacqueline or show on YouTube or Talking Heads, something so I can recognize your email right away and will respond. Thank you.
Sorry, Jean, we couldn't hear that at all. You want someone to
Oh,
put something in the email, but I don't know what it is.
the subject line. In the subject line to put
All right,
in, can't hear me?
we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. So to put in the subject line something about, Talking Heads or show or Dr. Jacqueline or just question Jean. So I will know to respond to you right away.
Thank you so much, Jean. Much appreciated. Great show. All right, we look forward to seeing you again next week.
Yes. Thank
All
you
right.
very much, Dr. Jacqueline. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank
Happy
you.
breathing.
Happy birthday. Oh my goodness. I just can't believe this is what I do for a living. It's so much fun. And I get relaxation right on the job. What do you think about that? All right, folks, we're going to be coming back with our next Talking Heads, which is Mariska Duprier. Please do, again, reach out to Jean. I'm putting up her contact information. Her email address is the letter J, the word life, Life, spirit, Spirit, at Comcast.net. In the subject line, put how you knew her or heard of her from our show, just so she knows that you're coming from Dr. Jacqueline or USA Global TV or Talking Heads. Any or all of the above are great. All right. Thank you again. You can find all of Jean's episodes over on our YouTube channel or our website, which are both USA Global TV. The website, of course, is .com, and the YouTube channel is just USA Global TV. Go to playlists. You'll see Talking Heads, and you can find her episodes there. All right. We'll be back literally in minutes. So you stay wherever you are, and I'll go run over to the other studio. Bye. Thanks so much. Bye, Jean.